Hey everybody, welcome for joining me. Yes, okay. Alrighty, y'all. I do hope some of you pop in. If not, you can catch this on replay. I didn't have a lot of time to forewarn that I was going live. I just thought I'd do it, get it out there, because today is April 1st and it's time to do those budgets. And y'all know what? I don't have time. I don't have a lot of time to do the editing. So that's okay. They do make these platforms, excuse me, for filming. And so I have this up, it's ready to go, and I'm here for all the things. What I am going to do, hey ma'am, it's budget time. You got it right, sis. What I am going to do is kind of walk you through my April budget, talk about a few bumps in the road that I had and how I'm going to overcome some of those types of things, as well as chat a little bit about my business moving forward. Hello. Good to see everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining me. So if you're able, try to get your budgets out, especially if you write them down and kind of take some notes or write a few things down, or make sure that you're trying to keep your budgets on point. Today is April 1st. Budget should have already been done by now so that we're able to move through and pay some bills. I've already paid some bills yesterday, but I paid some bills today. Oh, perfect. Do it how you can do it, right? Don't overstress yourself, tax yourself, or what have you, but make sure that we're getting the budget done. I think that's the number one thing that I try to tell people. Make sure that you get those budgets completed. It's important that you jump into your financial freedom journey with that budget. That's what starts everything. You're going to have some bumps in the road. You're going to miss a few things. The kids and I are actually going out to eat today, and we're going to do a fun thing for the kids. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, how am I pay for that? I didn't budget that in. Didn't budget it in, but I'm going to make it. I'm going to make a way out of no way. Y'all know how I work that grocery budget, right? So I'm going to make it work for us because my kids have been instrumental in helping me get things done around my home. They help me do a lot of my YouTube stuff and my Instagram stuff and all the things I do. So why would I not reward them with a treat if I am able? And so I'm going to be able to do that. But I, again, wanted to jump in, get this budget done, and share it with everybody because this is my way of being able to get it done. My time just keeps getting away from me where I'm not having enough time to budget. For those of you who have been joining me every night, we're doing the 40 Days of Love or the Love Dare Challenge. And so I've been teaching every single night for the last 31 days. Tonight is day 32, and tonight is a good one. I'm excited for those of you who are joining. And if you have zero clue what I'm talking about, go back and check out the playlist called the 40 Days of Love. Alrighty then. We're going to jump into this April budget. I'm going to share my budget with you all so that you're able to see what my screen looks like. I'm just going to share my screen. If you have questions, please do type them in the chat and I'll answer them as best as I'm able. So here is my April budget, my original MYMT personal budget worksheet, tracking weekly expenses, final version. Somebody created this in 2004. I think I found it in 2018 or 19, maybe even 17, and I've been using it ever since. So for those of you who have never seen this budget before, I'm just going to zoom my screen in so that you're able to kind of see. Down at the bottom, it has some tabs. So this first tab is your README tab. It tells you everything about this sheet before you start using it, how to enter data, how to your categories work, and then your current budget, right? Then it tells you, then you have an at a glance. This is what my budget sheet looks like at a glance. The next thing I have down here are my weeks. So I usually like to put the days in there. So I'm going to actually go in and rename this from week 1 expenses. I'm actually going to name this. This is going to be March 26th through April 1st. If I can type correctly. Right. So that's going to be, that's not actually the first week of the month, but it's going to be those dates, right? Then I'm going to populate over in here. Since I'm already in April, I'm just going to rename this to 2 through 8. I'm going to move over. I like to see my days, right? So this is going to be 9 through 15. This is going to be 16 through 22. And then this is going to be 23 through 29. And now that last day of April, which is Jackson's birthday, will actually fall on the next budget sheet. So that's how I do that bottom part. I also have a tab on each budget sheet that is my one mom revenue. I keep a track of all of my revenue for the year on each month's budget. And then I put it into one total spreadsheet that I will then submit to the accountant. Excuse me. All right, let me populate back to see if I have any questions coming through. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm saying all that to say my one mom revenue is one of those things that when I first started doing YouTube, I mean, I was not making a ton of money. I'm still not making a ton of money. I'll never lie and tell anybody that I make a ton of money. Last month, I think I made, because I didn't do a budget update, I think I made $526 from YouTube. One of my subscribers, I think it was Jessica, sent me a thing telling me that YouTube, that Facebook was stopping all their bonuses. That's true. March the 9th, 2023, there are no more bonus pays for Reels, no more Reels bonuses. What that doesn't mean is that we can't make money from ads. So it's pretty much become just like YouTube now for me. I can make money off of ads, but I'm not necessarily going to make money off of the number of plays. I'm not real sure what happened in that business model where they didn't quite foresee that they would be paying certain influencers that much money. I didn't make nearly what people made, right? But I did okay. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. Very good. I mean, so you find those things. Sharon says my budget is gone. I have two graduations, one from college, one from high school. So I had to dip into my savings, but it's all worth it. One proud mama. Absolutely. We are going to have those moments, right? Of things that just come up. That's why we put money aside, right? One of the things that I knew that was going to happen for me, because I get my supplement in April. So Shamika's getting married next year. They are in the wedding planning process. She's getting married next year. And I knew I would pay for her dress. And her dress, she had quoted me one number. And I was like, okay, that's doable, no problem. Well, the dress she wanted was twice that. And I was like, Lord have mercy, I'm going to have to do a sinking fund just to pay for this doggone dress. Well, I knew I was going to get my supplement in April. And I know that sometimes when you do a dress, you got to put down a deposit. You got to put down this. You got to have this. And I didn't want her waiting for me to get my sinking fund together so that I could give her the money. Because I told her I would pay for her wedding dress years and years ago, right? My one thing I was going to ever do for my kids. And so with my last Facebook payment, that chunk, because I was still getting paid for bonuses, because we got a lot of views. We got some good views. We were very thankful, and we're still thankful. Come on over and view, because we can still get the ad revenue. So what ended up happening was I was like, okay, Lord, I'll give it to her when I get my supplement in April. And the Lord was like, Shakema, you're going to get this money from your Facebook. It's your last Reels bonus. Just give her the money. So her birthday was March 25th. And I told her the day before, I was like, dang, we are so sorry. We didn't get you anything for your birthday, man. We just, it just slipped our mind. We hook you up sometime later. We just didn't have time. And I knew that on her birthday that I was going to have the money to give her, right? But that was money I had already planned for my baby step. I was going to put that in baby step number 3. So here I am. The Lord has already told me what to do. And I told her I would give her $500 for her dress. That's what I agreed to way back when $500 seemed like such a large amount of money. Well, on her birthday, she's 3 hours behind us. She's in California. On her birthday, I was able to Venmo her $1,000 for her dress. That's $1,000 I did not get to put in my fund. However, it's still going like you said, one proud mom. I didn't think she would get to this point. She kept bringing home all these random people and like, Lord, just this ain't it. But she's found her person. I believe they are right for each other according to everything I've seen. And it blessed my heart to be able to have that for her, right? It would have blessed my heart more to put it in my sinking fund. However, it blessed my heart to be able to do that. In addition to that, the Lord had told me about 2 weeks ago, there was a family, single mom with kids. I know the life, been there, done that needed a washer and a dryer. And God clearly told me to buy it. And I did not listen. Well, that mom messaged me Tuesday night, I believe. She was like, hey, do you mind if I come over and wash my sheets at your house? Because if not, she have to go to the laundromat. I'm like, no, I don't mind. It's perfect. No problem. And the Lord said to me in the next breath, he said, I told you to buy the washing machine and the dryer. You did, Lord, you did. So what did I do? I didn't plan for that purchase. I pulled it out of my sinking fund, out of my savings, and I paid for the dryer. And there that was. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Look at that. She says, and then her and dad and myself are paying for her medical school. She will be a cardiologist. It will be a struggle for us, but she's our first college grad and medical school student. Listen, sometimes we sacrifice, right? It's no problem. We sacrifice. We, as a family unit, as a structure, whatever you have going on, whoever has attachment to your finances, you determine what's priority in your home and you meet the priority. Now, I could sit over here and be like, well, girl, if it was me, I wouldn't be paying for her college. That ain't none of my business. That is none of my business. If you and your person, whoever, again, has attachment to your finances, have made your choices and your decisions, you do that. And you do it with so much fidelity that it's like, child, we skating through this. Before you know it, she going to be able to pay y'all back or pay her own way. That frees y'all up from doing, this is an investment. It's okay. But nobody has a right to look at your finances and tell you what is right or wrong for you. My priority when I was in a situation was to get myself out of debt so that I would be able to at least pay for groceries. I was trying to pay for groceries. Girl, you over here being a boss paying for medical school. I was just trying to feed the kids, right? So again, we take it for what it is. We sit down no matter what decisions we're making and we choose, and then we work that plan. So very good for you all for stepping up and doing that, right? She's your first. That's a big accomplishment. Wow, right? Congratulations to all of y'all, because all of y'all are truly over there working for it. So there it is. Okay, moving back into the budget. I had a couple other things come up, right? The Lord told me to go ahead and pay for the washer and dryer for that family. I did that. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, maybe, there was a huge sacrificial offering that the Lord told me to give when I didn't have really the money to do it. But so God told me to do it, right? He said, do it in faith that I'm going to do what I said. And I did it. Again, still monies that I didn't account for, drained out one of my total accounts, had to pull a little bit from here and there, but the Lord provided. And I did what he told me to do. I haven't received that back yet, but I believe God exceedingly abundantly above, right? So that's what I do. I'm going to have some dental work done next week. Don't know how I'm paying for that yet, but I'm going to pay for it. It's going to be okay, right? There's money in the savings because I have been able to put money there in the savings. If I pull it out now, for sure, I'm getting my supplement at the end of the month and I'll put it back. But I do believe that the Lord wants me to be obedient and to follow his plan, and he's going to take care of me. I've never known God to lie. That's what I tell people quite often. I've never known God to lie in the area of I've never known God to lie in any area of my life, but specifically in finances. God has always made a way for Shakema. He's always made a way for my kids and I to have what we need. We have what we need and a few of the things we want. So am I worried? I'm not. I'm not worried. I'm going to keep on pressing on in Jesus. Okay. Jasmine said, lifted in prayer that my middle, okay, let me see, that my middle mortgage score is above and beyond. The Bible says, and that is my lender can close the deal. Very good. I mean, pray, be very specific. The Bible says anything you ask in his name, right? Anything you ask in my name. So here we are. And we do that. Definitely when the Lord speaks, I listen. I've already learned how to be, although I wasn't obedient in that very moment. And I think the reason I wasn't obedient the first time that he told me is because there were people around and I didn't want to tell her for a show. I didn't want to say, hey, the Lord told me to do this, because there was a lot of people. We were moving her actually into her new place, and I was helping with that. So I did not want to be the star of the show. Hey, I'm going to buy your new washing machine, not one rented or used. Now, we didn't go to the secondhand store. She went to the actual store and bought what she wanted. I got the money out, gave it to her in her hand, and she took care of it for her and her children. She sent me a picture this morning that look what I got yesterday. Everything is all good except she needs to get her dryer cord. She needs to get a different one, and then she's going to be ready to go. Clothes, and she didn't even have to come to my house to wash clothes. Look at God. He does all the things, right? So I worry nothing about that. If God tells me to do it, I do it. Now, I don't give to everything because God don't tell me, but he has to give me a direct word. Saying all that to say, I still have the dental work that has to be done. I'm getting the house pressure washed. That is going to come out of the, I have a household miscellaneous budget or household repair budget that I've kept as a sinking fund. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be able to, get the house pressure wash because it looks really bad. It hasn't been done. I think last year we didn't get it done. So it really needs to be done. And we're getting a really good deal on it. So that's going to be helpful for getting, having the house look great. I'm done with all the expenses for the garden. We added on to the garden this year, a couple things we needed to do. So I had some expense there. That's worked out really good. For any of you that have purchased my book, that has helped us as well to give us some additional revenue and income. When one income source dries up, the Lord gives you another one. That's why he says you need to have multiple streams of income. So it didn't dawn on me for real, because I knew that my bonuses just weren't doing what they had done in the previous month. So I actually went to look up what was happening on the bonuses. And in true form, they were getting rid of those. Now, they may bring it back at some point. They may do a little tweaking to their business model so that people aren't making so much on the other side. But I didn't realize that stream was going to dry up. Thank you, Jessica, for letting me know that. But then God gave me that other stream, right? So I've had some revenue coming from there. We had our very first sponsorship video come in, and they did their part. We did our videos. They did their part, and they contracted us to do something else. So praise God that there's going to be, it may not be the big wham, bam, all the things, but it's something. And I bring all that up to say, moving forward, I will share my sinking funds, but I'm going to put my business income will no longer be a part of my budget. I will keep sharing the sinking funds. And why am I doing that? Because there is a difference between something that's private and something that's personal. My business, as God has increased the business, and I don't make a lot of money. Let me just say that right now, right? I don't, right? I told you I made $526 from YouTube last month. And I was thankful for every dollar, every one of them. But as I move forward and other things are coming in as far as my book and, different things that really aren't one mom, because that's ministry stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just put that in the private category, but I'm still going to just share sinking funds because I know people ask about that, and I have to add in like 3 more sinking funds because there was some more stuff that just keep coming up. And as things come up, you just add in a sinking fund, and then you have it. You're not stressing about where the money's going to come from. You're not robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're just putting money where you need to. What I can say today, April 1st, 2023, the kids and I have what we need. Our needs are met. I ended up having to pay taxes this year, but Alana got taxes back this year. She got her little deposit, and she was like, Mom, look at the money. She was excited. So I'm teaching her budgeting and how to make sure that her stuff looks really good so that when she moves out, right? So we do all the things. Okay, back to the budget. back to, I just wanted to make that clear because I know some people like, Shakema, I come over here for the budgets. I get it. Some things will remain, some things will not. So I think I am actually even going to take off this one particular where it says one mom revenue and affiliate link. I'm taking that out. I have a separate tab for my one mom revenue, which I will calculate here. And that will be totally fine. Well, I might want to put, what do I want to say? I want to make this say something. So I'm going to say sinking funds deposit, because I do have to account for the money that I use for my sinking fund. So remember, I take my one mom revenue and use that to do my sinking funds. So I'll put my total number there. And then what I'll do is then disperse that money. So instead of me putting my affiliate revenue, I'm just going to put the amount that I'm putting towards sinking funds in there. I think that makes sense. If it doesn't, y'all let me know. Okay. So again, my budget, this is for April. So my income is at the top right up here, right? That's where I have all of my income sources. So my monthly payroll, remember, I only get 2 more paychecks. I get April at the end of April and I get the end of May. So I'm coming up. This is my 7th month of employment. I'm moving in. April will be my 8th month. No, this is my 9th month of employment. April will be my 9th month. May will be my 10th month of employment. So I'm coming up to the end of my year. Kids deposits, of course, their dad does send child support, which I'm thankful for. I just changed that to say sinking funds deposit. So how much money am I putting in sinking funds? Travel reimbursements, if I have any. I've been the world's worst at filling out that travel reimbursement form, but I need to do that so that I can get gas when I have to go to multiple schools in a day. And then unexpected gifts, blessings, funds transferred, and all that. I did want to say thank you to Miss Barb. Miss Barb is so very faithful to send me a card for every holiday. And I went to the mailbox yesterday. Let me see. Yep, I have it right here. And there was an Easter card in there from Miss Barb, and I was just so excited to get that from her. It says, love you, love all of you. When Easter comes along, faith and family take center stage. It's time to be refreshed in the wonder of God's story and to enjoy those we love. Thanking God for you, for the blessings you are and the smiles you bring, and wishing you a lot of love and joy at Easter. So thank you so much, Miss Barb. Every single holiday, she sends us a card in the mail. And then I try to keep them up here. That's our new card for the month. I put the St. Patrick's Day one away. So thank you very much. And anybody else that has sent anything through our post office box, and or you blessed us through the super chats or whatever that has been, we do appreciate that. Okay, back to the budget. I keep jumping. Now, moving down to my expenses. So this is exciting, right? Y'all, for those of you who have rocked with me for a while, this is exciting for me, right? So when I look at my living expenses, my mortgage, because we were over on our escrow, we got a refund back from our escrow, which took our payment down. We were at $977 is what I was paying, because the year before we didn't meet all of our escrow. So for this next 12 months, my mortgage went down to $892.30. So that took me down about $150. No, $892. A little bit like $80. That took us down like $80 from the original $977 payment. But the Lord told me, and y'all, now listen, I've already come up short on an income source, or shorter on an income source. I've given 2 sacrificial offerings. And the Lord told me in January or February, I think, to start paying $1,000 to my mortgage. He said, Shakema, you pay your mortgage and then you pay the extra that makes up to $1,000. So today it was $107.70 to your principal. So I'm paying my mortgage $892 and change 30, and then the $107.70 is going to the principal, which by the end of a 12-month cycle will put me over $1,200 paid extra to the principal. Does that make sense? So listening to the Lord, it's like, okay, I need you to do this. Go ahead and be obedient to what I'm telling you, because he's going to all work it out in the wash. So I have paid that today, and I'll show you how I manage these bills that I paid. Then my electric bill was 110.37. Oh, the water bill, I didn't pay that. I need to go online and pay that. So my water and sewer is 72.98. My cell phone, I didn't do that one either, so I'll need to do that. Is 70. My internet is $74.99, which I paid that. It was actually $79.99 because it went up, but I did pay that. Household repairs, okay, again, sinking funds, that's $50. I put $50 every month from my any AdSense revenue, which is usually YouTube. I do my sinking funds. Household items or miscellaneous, I don't have anything scheduled for that or budgeted for that this month because I don't anticipate any household projects. Actually, that's not true. I can put in $175. That's how much it's going to take me to do the power wash, right? That, and let me write that in there. I'm going to put power wash the house. And that appointment is already made. I own a home, and coming with home ownership is maintenance and upkeep of that home. If I want my property values to increase, which I looked at the property values just on my mortgage dashboard, my house, if it were to go for sale, would be almost double what I paid for it 6 years ago. May will be 7 years we've been in this house. 6 years ago, it would be almost double. The reason that I am careful about how I'm managing my home is because the Lord for sure will take me away from this place. And when I move and I sell this house, because I will not carry it as a rental property, I will not make it a B&B. I'm not doing any of that. But when I leave here, I will be able to pay off my mortgage and take double, if not more than that, because it's averaging more than that, into my new situation with my husband with no debt, none, so that we can do something for us, for our family, maybe perhaps get a bigger house that would hold everybody. And so I'm thankful for that. So I am very careful about managing and maintaining my home. That means I get my lawn done by Mr. Jerome. The house is getting pressure washed. Mr. Jerome helps me do any other little projects and stuff that it has to do with the yard, because I'm not a yard person. I like my garden, but I don't do the yard. So Mr. Jerome just helps me and he keeps me straight. So I'm going to put that in as far as a household miscellaneous that I had not accounted for, and it's going to be all well. I do need to get the money out for Mr. Jerome because I forgot to get it out yesterday. I do have my envelope stuffed. You'll get an envelope stuffing video tomorrow. My recycling, my recycling renewal, pest control, and my yearly pest spray, I average about $70. Amazon Prime is $11. My PureFlix is going to renew in May. That's $11. Healthways Gym is $25. Taekwondo for Jackson's $169. Now mom tries to pay that up front, and then I recoup money back when dad sends child support. Works out perfect. I don't average or estimate any taxes, but I do save 10% of every dollar that comes in as AdSense or revenue for the business, because then I'm able to make my tax payment at the end of the year when I file taxes. This year, my taxes were done. I owed $800 something to federal and $400 something to the state. I was able to go in immediately because I had a sinking fund, make my payment off my debit card right online, zippity dip, all done. Why do you do that, Shakema? Because I don't want to try to have to figure out where the money is coming from. So if I take 15 to 20% out, I dump it into an account. As soon as my taxes are done, zippity dip, I'm living my best life. Okay. And I don't feel any pressure from that, right? When you plan ahead, there is no pressure. High school sinking fund, that's something that I get, or I use money when Jackson's dad sends in the child support from the very first child support payment. I always put $50 in Jackson's high school sinking fund. Let me change that from saying curriculum, because he's not on curriculum, but this is going to be high school sinking fund for Jackson. And let me tell you how this came into play this month. So Jackson Did not do any sports this year. Jackson went to 2 schools. He goes to a STEM school in the morning, and then he comes back to his regular high school in the afternoon. No, he goes to his regular high school in the morning, and then he goes to the STEM school in the afternoon, meaning he was not able to stay for sports because they were not going to take him back to school a second time. So no sports for him. Well, it's in the spring semester now, and he wants to play sports. So he has an opportunity to go and try out for soccer. My oldest son plays soccer. Jackson wants to play soccer, and no problem. So what we're doing now for Jackson is he is invited to come to the soccer workouts. So as he is able to go to the soccer workouts, well, he needs cleats, he needs shin guards, he needs a net outside to practice because he's out there every day practicing his little moves. Where was I going to get money for cleats? Where was I going to get money for shin guards? And where was I going to get money for the net? Well, that's all stuff he needs for high school. This is athletics, but it's still high school. And I had been saving up $50 every single month for Jackson to put into his account. So when I needed those things, we went over to Dick's Sporting Goods. They didn't have what we needed. We shimmied on over to Academy Sports. They had the cleats that were way more than I wanted to pay for. They had the shin guards, and they had the net that he needed. All I had to do was move that money into my checking account, swipe my card. That's in my Capital One 360 account, and worked out perfectly. He's got everything he needs, and there's still money in that account for Jackson if he needs anything for school clothes and different things like that. So I'm saving a little bit ahead for him so that if I need something, I'm not scratching and digging trying to find it. I'm not calling dad saying, hey, this is what you, okay, let me tread lightly here because I don't want to hurt feelings because everybody's not where I am. So this is what I'm saying. When your person sends child support and you call them for more money, what they're hearing is, I'm not a good steward over what they gave me. I don't know how to manage what they gave me. I'm not telling you what they gave you is enough or not. I'm just telling you what they hear is, she's not managing my money well. Well, why he needs something else? Well, Jackson wears a size 12 shoe, 11, 12 shoe. Alana wears a size 11, 12 shoe. Shoes are expensive for those people. So I got to make sure that what he sends here is enough, right? Y'all heard that. Y'all seen that reel. Well, this ain't enough. Make it enough, right? I got to make it enough so that I'm not constantly calling him to ask for more things. Now, I will say this, and can I not give him his flowers enough? If those kids need something, he's at a point in life now, and I think because I don't bother him, I haven't bothered him about anything. But and they talk to their dad every day. If they need something or if they mention something to him about needing, he is like, okay, well, I'm going to send you a little something extra. I don't have to ask. He sends. But on my side of things, I make sure Jackson has in that fund what he needs. And then I'm able to just go and do the debit. No problem, right? When you have those sinking funds and you're working that system, what ends up happening is it totally calms your mind. It gives you peace to know that what I need is going to be there when I need it. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. Moving forward. Okay. That was Jackson. Moving on. My camera, of course, I save money for that every month. I still don't have enough for the new camera, but I'm saving money every month. Now, my grocery budget, I did a little something different with groceries. $75 is clearly not enough. I am averaging about $100-ish every week. So I bumped up that grocery budget to $400, which gives me $100 each week. I gave myself $100 for sinking funds, and then $50 for preps. So we need to eat out today, right? I've got to pay for the kids to eat out, and I did not plan for that. It wasn't something that was on my mind. So I'm going to shift my preps money and make that now eating out money. Well, why are you going to do that, Shakema? Because whatever I can find each week in the grocery ad that's on a sale, I'm going to make that my prep. So I'm just going to put it as a part of my weekly grocery budget. So I'll say, hey, I'm going to take $10 out of the 100 to make it for the preps, whatever I need to do. Like this week, it was black beans and tomatoes at Harris Teeter that were on sale. If I'm going to buy $10 worth of black beans and tomatoes is good, no problem. I will just take that out of my regular grocery budget because I can't overextend my budget or pull it out of emergency fund just to take my kids out to eat. I'm just going to absorb that in my groceries. Does that make sense? What I've always done, and I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, moving down further. My personal hair care and nails. I just got my nails done about a week or so ago. I need a fresh polish because I've been out working in the garden, but I'm not going to get my nails done again for at least another 4 weeks. But I am going to try to get Jackson 2 haircuts because his hair grows really fast. And so I am going to try my best to get him 2 haircuts. My P.O. box is $16, but I'm also having this dental work done. The lady quoted me about $277 would be my part. So I am just allocating $300 so that I have enough to cover that. Natural supplements, Alana just alerted me that I need to get some more supplements. So I think that costs me about $50. I'm going to just put 50 in. I don't know that I will buy them or not. I'll give it a go and see if I can afford it. Recreation, entertainment, vacation, all of that is a sinking fund. So actually, let me come over here and just make some stars because I always like to have the stars that signify that that is a sinking fund. And then I'm not worried about where's that money going to come from. I am going to simply understand that that's a sinking fund. Now, miscellaneous savings for Jackson, I saved $25 out of every single child support that comes. So total for Jackson in the very beginning month is like $75. And then we move on. So I save $25 every month, put it in his checking account, his savings account so that he has the money. Gracie gets $40. That's basically for food. Ma'am is totally perfect. We've not had anything I've needed to be concerned about in a while now. So I don't even engage that fund except to buy her food. For my gas, I only have $160 in gas for 2 reasons. One reason is we only have 4 days of school next week, then we're out for 10 days. If I can stay in my house for 10 days, I'm not going to use gas. However, every other week, Alana gives me $20 for gas. She was giving me $40 per week. But remember, she left a job that was almost 38 to 40 hours a week. Now she works about half that. And her job is 5 minutes from the house, where before I was driving 25 minutes in, driving home. Then I had to go 25 minutes back into town and come back home. So that was 4 trips a day. And she worked almost every day. Now she works 3 or 4 days a week, 5 minutes from the house. It's no problem. So I've decreased her gas fund to $20 a week, only because I'm trying to teach her responsibility. When she gets her own vehicle, she will be able to put gas. So I only allocated $40 for 4 weeks, and that should be enough. My oil change, $20. Of course, that's a sinking fund. Tires is $16, a sinking fund. My insurance and my registration, I usually put $92 in. And then for sister's car money, every time I get a child support, even though she's not on child support anymore, I still put in $20 into the $20 envelope because the amount for child support did not decrease. It's the same amount as when sister and Jack were on. So I'm just doing that little bit, right? I'm not doing a lot. She's not getting something every single time, but I am pulling out a little bit for her car replacement. He's scrolling on down. My tithe is $520. I pay tithe off of my gross income. I pay it in 10 months. So I do not tithe in the summer. Anything I give in the summer is considered a goodwill or sacrificial offering because I tithe for my 10-month salary. There's 2 churches that I kind of affiliate with, or I do offerings to. One is the Fam Center in South Bend, Indiana, and the other is St. Michael's Hope Ministry, which is my dad's church. And I'll send whatever. I usually just put $30 there, no problem. Gifts, blow money, and thrifting. The boys have birthdays this month, right? So Jackson has a birthday on the 30th, Trandon on the 22nd. I didn't put any money in there because I just hadn't thought about it or decide. I don't know. I just didn't decide I was going to do that. This number is wrong. I can already tell. I didn't put enough zeros there. So maybe I'm going to say $200 for the boys. Jackson will probably get the bulk of that because he may want to do something for his 14th birthday. Trandon, I'll send him $50 or something through the Cash App and move along with my life. My savings for baby step number 3, I want to be able to save $1,000. And then for business expenses, I want to be able to put in at least, well, I'm going to cover $50. My Restream is one. My Google Meet is another one. And then Canva is another one. That may even need to go up to $60 because I have 3 things coming out. Restream is 20. Canva is like 15. And then Google Meet is another 10. So that's probably about 45, 50 bucks, right? Giving me a total of $5,370.34 that I have got to allocate for. Now, I've paid some bills already, right? So I'll go in and write in those bills that I have paid thus far. Just moving into what I paid. The mortgage is paid. The utilities are paid. The internet is paid. Tithes is paid. Let me go back and see what else is paid. I got my grocery money out, my gas money out. Okay, let me go back up to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Nope, I think everything else is just a sinking fund or will come out at its appointed time. So I did already get the grocery money done. I've already gotten the summer grocery money, the eating out money now that I'm changing that name to eating out instead of monthly preps. And so there that is. We pretty much have everything except I'm going to actually switch over now using my app. The money for the cell phone, I'll do that right now because I can. Okay, very good. Let me make sure I didn't have anything that I needed to be aware of in my checking account, nothing that I'm aware of. Okay, I'm going to transfer some funds to Jackson's account from mom's account. And then that's going to be done. Very good. Okay, perfect. So I still need to get out money for Mr. Jerome, which is gas. Which is grass. Sorry, I got to get out $120 for Mr. Jerome for grass. And then going back to my budget sheet, I'll show y'all this, how I mark stuff down. I'll just show y'all how I mark everything down. So I'm going to this week, back out to 125 so that y'all can still see. Okay, so my mortgage, today is Saturday. I just paid the mortgage at $1,000. Okay. I just paid the cell phone at $70. That was today. Internet service was $79.99. I paid that today. All right, scrolling on down. My heating and air bill I paid yesterday. So let me see what I paid on that. So again, I know my stuff. Let's just write down what we did and let's do it now, right? Don't wait. Don't put it off. Don't hold off till the next day. Let's just figure out what I paid. Where's my billing? I paid... I don't want to do any of that. I want it to let me be great. Okay. $110.37. Okay. Paid that yesterday. Water and sewer, I still have not paid. I'll do that in a second. I thought I had grabbed everything and I didn't. Okay, scrolling down. I'm not paying any of that right this second. Okay, here's my groceries. I got $400. got $100 out for summer groceries and then $50 out for that. All right, scrolling on down. I haven't done any of these other things yet, but they are on my sheet. Gas, I got 160 out. Tires, those are all sinking funds. Okay, I didn't get my tithe was 520. Okay. And I think I got everything in now. So if I go back to my budget sheet, because I really want to see where I am as far as what I have made, what I've spent, and what I still need. If I scroll all the way down, I have $2,490.36 that have been in expenses. This says I'm in the red. That's only because I did not put in my paycheck, which was $30.93. Some change. I can't remember the change. I'll put it in when I can remember it. But if I go back now, I have $602 that I still need to disperse throughout my bills. There are Taekwondo has to come out and a couple other things. The last thing is if I look at what I need to spend versus what I have to spend, I'm about $2,300 short of what I need, right? Because my total expenses in my B column is 5,300. Now, here's the other thing, right? I may not be able to do the savings for the $1,000. If I'm not, no worries, okay? Then I'm only, what am I now? 1,300 short. Well, Dad sends about a little bit less than 1,000, and I'm already over like the $490, $479 as far as YouTube is concerned for next month. So it's enough to barely cover my sinking funds, but it'll get me there. And then Dad's money, I can just put that in or towards whatever we need. That'll still get us within that $4,300. Now, I didn't count any YouTube AdSense or any other type of income that might be coming in, any streams. I got my book out there. I've got brand deals that could potentially be a payment. I've got YouTube where I'm still getting money. My ads on Facebook are still garnering money. So if you're following us on Facebook, please just watch the videos. That helps us just like it does here. And again, it's short form content. So it's no more than 90 seconds at that. And I try to keep them to 50 or below. So anywho, you guys, there it is. I've got a couple goals I need to go in and make. I need to pay that one bill, my water bill, because I forgot to pay that. I'm going to do it now. But I have been running to beat the band, you guys. I have been out there just really trying to help people, be supportive, doing all the things. And I am wearing down, right? 8 more days of the Love Dare Challenge, and then I can take a well-deserved rest. I'm going to do that this afternoon. I do have some editing I got to do, but I can actually sit and edit to get those couple of things completed. But there it is, the budget as best as we can get it for right now. I did want to make you aware of that is where we were and how things were looking. I do want to thank you all so much for stopping by and for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for your support and all the things that you do over here at One Mom or for us. We're forever grateful to have those of you who follow us. We do want to thank you so much for stopping by. If you like this video, be sure and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And one thing, y'all, for some reason, I am not sure if you're getting notifications or not. I know for me, I'm not getting notifications quite a lot. So I think my traffic is way, way down. I've never had a grocery budget video. A grocery haul video that got less than 1,000 likes, you know what I mean, or views. So something is up on YouTube. Whenever they added in the shorts, that's when I noticed that there was a lot of differences. And so just be mindful if you like following us to make sure that all your notifications are on so that we'll be able to get the videos out to you. So there that is, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys on the next go round. Bye now. Bye, y'all. Okay, bye.